Yeah, it's your boy E3, son of the legendary Godfather, gangster rap, Eric Easy, Wright. And yeah, you rockin' with NUGL TV. You know, we rich and ruthless, baby. Once again, NUGL TV, rich and ruthless, baby. We choose to keep it real. Really though.
Yes. We're back again with another edition of this NUGL TV podcast. E3, how you been, man?
Oh, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How was your weekend?
Oh, lovely. Sleep, stuff I don't catch much.
Did you smoke?
Yeah, I smoked, of course.
Fire?
That's my air.
Fire?
All the time. Fuck you mean.
Stay medicated.
You know it.
Me too. Today is a beautiful day, man. I just happened to run across some very good friend of ours. Let's give it up for In-Home Harvest. Hey. Today,
Thank you.
That's a beautiful thing. Thanks for coming back down, man. I really appreciate what you've been doing. And In-Home Harvest is a big part of NUGL. I want to thank you again from
you
the
bet.
bottom of our heart.
Yep.
So introduce yourself.
All right, my name is Jason Johns. I'm with In-Home Harvest. I'm one of the staff there. I do actually handle the legal work.
Okay, the legal side.
Yep, legal side, and then myself being a veteran of Iraq, Purple Heart recipient.
You see what I'm saying?
Strength. Yep.
Love it. We're gonna have fun.
Doing veterans initiatives. Love
Wow. And
My name's Greg Hack. I'm a veteran as well.
Yep.
Purple Heart recipient.
Give it up to the veterans.
wow. I'm Bigg A, Arnold PFC White, 12 Bravo Combat Junior United States Military Army.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I didn't go to none of the wars. I just went in and went out.
Yeah.
That's all right, man.
I want to thank you. Hey, man, it's an honor, man, to be sitting here with some of my fellow soldiers. Mentors, I always looked up to military personnel. I'm a kid from Compton, grew up with his dad, Easy. So I came up in another war. I came up in the street war.
Multiple wars.
Multiple street wars. And it was one day I was just tired of fighting that combat. And I looked at my homeboys and looked at myself in the mirror. I said, you got to do better. In order to do better, you're going to take that high school diploma that you got and see what it's worth. And walked into a military recruiter's office. And from that day on, it changed my life.
Yep.
I prayed that I passed the test. Went down to the MEP station, passed the physical. You know one thing about the physical? I don't know if you guys did it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
They made us get naked
then
and then crawl. We crawled around each other. We just was crawling.
Duck
and
walk.
then stand up, right?
Yep.
Now, not to say nothing wrong, I know why would that happen, because a couple guys got put out because they got a hard on.
Ooh.
No.
And here I thought it was to make sure you didn't have scoliosis or something.
No.
Yeah.
No, we was actually, put your head up. Stand up.
So the ones who
Motherfucker like this. Okay, you, get out.
what they do, send them to fold quilts,
Yeah.
covers and quilts. What you mean?
Oh, man, that was, what year
Not supposed
was
to be that hard in the Army.
82, man. It was 82 I joined. But no, man, it's a pleasure having you guys here, man. So tell us a little bit about In Harvest and we'll go to Jay.
You got it. So In-Home Harvest, in a nutshell, is going to bring the growing of your own medicine to your home.
That's it.
To
Bring it to your home.
That's it.
You get to grow it. We help you do so, and you get to watch it. You get to watch your bud come to life.
I love
Yeah,
it. And you know
that's
what?
right.
And see, that's the thing. And I like that approach because I know with all the different initiatives and all the different rules and regulations, and all the paperwork and, the finances, at some point you got to invest in yourself.
That's it.
If you want to get cannabis and get your medication, why not grow at home?
Amen.
A lot of people don't know what to do though. That's why they go to them.
Right,
That's it.
right.
So it's a headache for some people who don't know what the hell they do.
Right. I know it's a setup that
They want it, but they don't know. They don't know those proper
right.
steps to take
Right.
to get what they need.
Yep. And the difference in what you're putting in the soil, and
Right.
with the water and the lighting, and it can just your yield can be
Tell us a
totally
little
different.
bit about that process.
So what will happen with us is we'll come on in there.
Yes.
We've got a little tent, right?
Yes.
We'll find your floor space that works for it. Hook up the lighting, hook up the ventilation. We've got the carbon filters there, everything else keeps any odor down.
Wow.
And we hook up a Wi-Fi camera in there as well.
Okay.
So we can keep an eye on the plant.
Wow.
We got the hydrometer in there. We're checking, everything with moisture.
Right.
If your power goes off,
Yes.
you're out of town or whatever, we'll get an alert on that so we can let you know.
Right. Okay.
And we're there to provide that service. We install that, explain to you, kind of, teach you.
Yes.
If you want nothing to do with it, and want us to come in twice a week and do so, we'll do that.
So there's different levels.
You bet.
Level like membership.
You got it.
Get the equipment, bring it in. There's levels. Tell us about the different levels.
Sure. So you got your basic, which is full service as far as 24/7 support,
right.
questions, anything comes up.
Yes.
We monitor the plant.
Yes.
Probably come in once a month.
Right.
Right. Walk through, make sure things going all right during your cycle. Right on up to, you know what, man? I just like knowing it's there. Right? I like being able to look at it. When appropriate. Don't be opening that tent all the time, right?
Right. Yeah.
But the beauty is that Wi-Fi camera we got going.
Yes.
You get an app on your phone.
Wow.
So you can be watching your plant. You can be out with your boys.
What?
Check this out. Look what I'm doing.
What?
The hell is this and how did they get in there? We're on the way. Lock everything up.
And we'll take you all the way through.
love it,
if
man.
you want to come in and do everything, we'll do everything.
Yeah. Right.
If you want to learn as much as you want, we will educate you.
Wow.
Right? Obviously we hope you like what we're doing with the service and
you
you
know
keep
what?
going after your first cycle. But if
Absolutely.
not,
Yeah.
we're okay with that too. Because
Yeah.
now we just educated somebody on how to do your own.
That's a good incubator factor. Now, introduce yourself.
My name's Greg.
Greg.
I basically, Jason and I have known each other for a long time now.
How'd you meet?
He was actually my mentor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Helped him with veteran service claim.
Veteran service
VA.
claim.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then we found out that we actually lived about 4 miles away from each other. And
Wow.
we just kind of latched together and been doing veteran stuff ever since.
Power in numbers.
They tell me both of you are veterans, but you are a disabled vet.
Yep.
How'd you get disabled? We're here to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Our podcast viewers want to know all about us. I go personal, he goes personal. We like to keep it personal because, education at the same time.
Absolutely.
So give us a little background about you and, your life growing to this point today.
All right. Well, I guess it stemmed from military.
Yes.
I actually was in college when 9/11 happened.
Oh, wow.
And I actually was deciding what I was going to do with my life at that point.
Right.
Most people don't know what they're going to do at that age. So I basically said, all right, Army was always the thing. My dad was a Vietnam vet.
Okay, so you had it in you.
I had it in me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he wished I didn't have it in me. It was something I needed to experience for myself.
Right.
So I did. I did kind of the same thing your boy did.
Yeah.
Kind of followed the Army.
Right.
He said Air Force too. So
Yeah, right.
ended up the Army.
Beautiful thing. Combat vet?
Yes.
Combat vet. What wars did you
2 tours in Iraq.
2 tours Iraq.
One 04 to 06 and then 07 to 09.
I just want to thank you, man. God is good, man. I know everybody have their own religious belief, but one thing I regretted me getting out. I didn't take advantage of the relationships I built in the military. Sticking together as brothers, exchanging phone numbers and addresses. It kills me today to know that I got brothers that helped me through my military days. I'm like, what are they doing now?
Right.
Where's everybody at? It's like you come together. And I learned a lot of things in the military. One thing it did open me up to, coming from Compton, really don't know, gangbang very quickly. It opened me up to a lot. I learned a lot. Relationships, communication skills, racism, prejudice. My platoon sergeant was born and raised in Vermont. And he was the coolest guy. I mean, just so cool, man. And one day we was on doing gang war. We was in, actually, it was Port Irwin.
Oh, sure.
And he just happened to be in the truck with me. See, when you, at night, a lot of the soldiers had to sleep on the ground. Scorpions and rattlesnakes out there. Well, I used to raise up my 5-ton, put my M16, my weapon in the middle, lower it down. You can be laying down, and I would sleep on the top.
There you go.
I fire up my truck and warm up my MREs in the smokestack.
Oh yeah.
But we had to do foxhole. We had to dig foxholes. And one thing I had veterans that gave me some game prior to me going to the military. It was war vets, and they was like, man, if you ever go to the Army and they teach you how to dig a foxhole, I want you to dig your foxhole 6 feet down, but go 6 feet back. what? I kept
Right.
that. No, I kept that. When I got there, my first foxholes what I was trying to do was Fort Leonard Wood, nothing but rocks out there, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But when I got to Georgia, I was telling my monkey or whatever, I said, man, let's dig our foxhole, right? Because if a war do break out, you know, they do come. All they got to do is come and, you know what I mean?
Just kick some dirt bag over here.
just run up and just, you know, they laying down in there, man. But we dig it. I said, now go in, man. He said, what you mean? I said, just go in, man. Just, we going in. So we didn't go 6 feet back, we went like 4 feet back. He said, why you do that? I said, because, man, as I said, watch and see what happens when they come looking for us. But it was good. I learned so much.
Yeah.
But I was in the foxhole with my platoon sergeant, and we were talking about, he was like, you know, PFC White, where you from? I said, Compton. He said, what? He said, you know, I said, yeah, you know, I didn't gangbang, but I was associated with gangbangers, you know. So we talked about my life. I said, tell me about yours, Sarge. He said, I was born in Vermont. I said, what the fuck is that? I said, we got a Vermont, but that's on the boulevard,
Right.
you know, Gardena. So he said, man, it's way up top past New York, way in the corner. He said, you know what? He said, man, you know, I hate my parents. I'm like, why? He said, because they raised me to be racist. What you mean, man? He said, man, I didn't know anything about your culture until I joined the military. When I went to boot camp, my drill sergeant was black, and it blew my mind. I'm like, what? So that
There ain't no
opened me
color
up.
in the foxhole, brother.
No, man. I learned so much in the military, and I thank God every day that I made a choice to go. And I regret that I didn't communicate, but just to have you guys here, it felt like, hey, I redeemed myself.
There you go.
Found some buddies of mine, man. So how did you get involved with Animal Harvest?
Well, actually, Jason contacted me and said, hey, I want you to take a look at this. Tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And, you know, Wisconsin's not a legal state
Right.
yet. So
Yeah, we're working on it.
Okay.
we're working on it.
Yeah.
But I looked at it. I have a bachelor's in business, so it was
Oh,
kinda,
wow.
It was one of those things where I was like, all right, I'll use my degree finally. you
Yeah,
know.
right.
After I got out of the military, I got
Yeah.
sick, and
Right,
so I was like, you know what, I'll take a look. So,
Yeah.
and it was beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
it was everything that a perfect business plan should have.
Yes.
And
Right.
it just intrigued me, and I said, you know, if you guys, you know, want to get more investing, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then
Use your resources.
Yep,
the
yep.
best part was when I went to the principals before I came on with the board, and I said, look, we got to take this in the veterans community. Right?
Straight.
Because
Let's give it up for them.
I'm going to tell you,
Just that
I
mindset,
have
yeah.
seen the difference.
Yes.
The cannabis-related products, regardless
Yes,
of what you're
yes,
using, but
right.
anything cannabis, THC, the difference is made
Yes.
in the guys I know,
Yeah.
right? And with their chronic pain, their chronic illnesses,
Yes.
their PTSD,
Yes.
right? I mean, just
Wow.
night and day, night and day. And I said, we got to get this out there,
Yeah.
you know, at a discount, as free. Let's
Yeah.
work with companies and
Yes.
get donations.
Wow.
Let's have them grow their own medicine, like I was
Yeah,
telling you, right? I mean, there's a
right.
right to grow your own medicine.
Yes.
Get away from the 26 pills a day like Greg used to be on from the VA, right?
Yeah,
You know,
right, right.
and that got me even more excited about it.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Wow.
Here we are.
Wow, man, it's beautiful. I am so
Yeah.
glad. What rank was you?
I was a sergeant.
You was
Fire
sergeant?
sergeant. You bet.
Same here.
MP. He was
Yeah, he was an MP.
I love him.
Yeah.
I'm sitting with MP.
Military prick. Military prick. I mean, policeman. Policeman,
Y'all
right.
hated us until you needed us.
Yeah, man. Hey, I had some experiences. Oh my God, I love it. I love it, man. Just I was a bad kid, and when I got to the military, I lost my mind. For about a year, I lost my damn mind. Because you growing up, you want to succeed, and I was actually accomplishing goals for other people. For my mother, I was doing it just because she said I would. I do it for my father. I graduated from high school with my grandmother. I went to college because my stepmother said you alone. I did it for them to satisfy their need, but I never did it for me.
Exactly.
I never did nothing for me until I said, I'm gonna start doing it for me. That's when I woke up out that haze, that darkness, and whoa. First thing I did, I went and got on GR, General Relief. And then it was a veteran there. He said, he came out, you know, you wait for 8 hours to get some food stamps or whatever. He said, "You got any veterans in here?" "Oh, yeah, man, come over here." Turned me on to USA, I was at US Vets.
Yep.
Turned me on to US Vets. They had a facility in the city of Long Beach where the Naval Shipyard donated to USF, the old housings.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Gave them the whole complex, and they did it to veterans rehabilitation programs and different things like that. I didn't know that I had these things called vouchers. There's 3 vouchers that you get from the military that you can get for housing or just emergency purposes, whatever. And US Vet, I walked in there and they signed me up, and I had 24 hours to make a decision to live in there for 90 days. They would use 1 voucher for 90 days. After that, I can get a pass to leave. We go look for a job, or stay there, get job training, JTPA within the community of the little military thing they had. And then they turn me on to that and then get you set up for a Section 8 housing.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, there's companies like this, man. I got to get more involved in this. You know what I mean? So I didn't use my vouchers. Once I learned that, because he called, he said, boom, he has 3. Okay, cool, Mr. Wright, you're good to go. We can use a voucher today. Get you in our 90-day program. I'm like, hold up.
Wait, what?
But I know now that there's our resources out there.
Oh, yeah.
Our resources, and to have a company like you to come in with the in-home grown thing and the THC thing, and you being a disabled vet, war vet, man, I want to commend you on that.
Thank you.
To surviving that, man, you know, because we all know what the military is about.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but you to go through that, to experience war like that.
Put it all on the line.
Put it on the line,
Man.
bro. I mean, you know. Now, just to talk about your injury, was you, how did that happen? Just tell us a little story. I like to hear, you know, educate my nephew. It's something I told him he would never have to do, go to the military or work at McDonald's. He's an artist. But tell us about that experience. I don't want to take you back there because I don't know what, you know, but just a little bit.
It's a long story.
It's a long story.
You know, and after.
But this is good practice, though, because he's our veterans ambassador now, too.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
That's-
This is good
I
for
gotta
you.
pull it out, man. I mean, only because I'm a veteran.
Absolutely.
Only because
Yeah.
we're brothers.
No,
Yeah. You can't share your story and get your brothers better without
You know.
telling it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's well, basically, it started out as I got caught in some shrapnel. There was an IED blast.
Blam.
Of course, that's where I got my TBI and
Yes.
lost of consciousness a little
Wow.
bit, but then came to real quick. And,
Yeah.
You know, it was close enough to, you know,
Some damage.
do some damage.
Yeah.
So, and didn't think nothing of it. Came home,
Right?
did the rest of the tour,
Yeah.
went back to duty.
Wow.
Then came home for about 11 months. We trained up again and went over in 07.
Yeah.
Well, about mid to third of the way through, I started getting really high fevers. Didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
It was like, all right.
Right. Soldier. I'm just waiting.
Yep. Take some Ranger
We are
candy
stubborn.
and,
Yep.
and keep
We're
going.
stubborn.
Oh yeah. Nobody wanted to go to sick call.
Yeah.
but,
Right.
You know, and at that point, I didn't realize what was going on.
Yeah.
So I figured it was maybe just a Mediterranean flu. I had it the first time.
Right.
Was no big deal. A couple days later, we were all rocking and back to work. But
Right.
yeah, it got off and on. I started getting night sweats.
Okay.
And of course, you know, I'm thinking, all right, this isn't normal, but maybe it's not.
Yeah.
It's not constant.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so I let it go and got back, and I had maybe about 5 months left in the military. Did my time, and you know, they decided they wanted to give me the board right as I was getting out.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. But at that point I was so sick,
Right.
and I was just
Right.
like,
Right.
kind of sick of everything here. But
Yeah.
where were you a couple months ago when
Yeah. Right.
when I was up
Exactly.
for promotion then?
Right.
So it was kind of that time. I just knew it was time to leave, and
Yeah.
my body was not agreeing with me anymore. And so I ended up coming home, which is Stoughton, Wisconsin, Madison area, and I ended up getting diagnosed with Crohn's,
Okay.
which at that point in time nobody really knew anything
What
about.
it was exactly.
I mean, they don't even think they had a name for it really.
Yes.
So it kind of progressed and whatnot. I moved back to Kansas for a bit. I was stationed at Fort Riley, so I moved back down there to try and find a job there and hang out with some friends who were still in.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that just kind of turned out to be the start of it.
Wow.
I ended up with At the point in time, they didn't realize it, but I had a bone infection from something that I'd picked up over there.
Straight up.
Yeah. So I came home after that, and with all this stuff going on, they couldn't figure it out because the Crohn's was actually masking the fact that I had something in my leg.
Yes.
Which it probably was in a piece of shrapnel.
Piece of shrapnel that was in there.
That they missed. Yep.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things. So I ended up with a bone infection, blood infection, a staph infection on my heart, lung, and brain.
Man.
I was septic and had bacterial pneumonia. 7-day coma, wasn't actually supposed to wake up. Here I am. So
Wow.
I scared the crap
God
out of
is
that.
good. Shit.
God,
man.
good.
Well, you got to tell them though when they woke you up when you came to.
Oh, yeah.
The decision you had to make that. Man.
Basically, after that, I actually went to the emergency room that 7 days prior to that.
Yes.
Didn't even realize it. I said, I'm going to take a nap quick. And I woke up and actually didn't even know what day it was.
What?
I figured it was just an hour or two later.
Yes.
And my sister actually started ripping the calendar off the wall. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, you've been out for 7 days. And I'm like, no, I haven't.
What?
Where's my watch? And
Right.
So sure enough, 7 days.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then you had to. What'd they tell you had to do?
Yeah, so I was laying in bed one day, and Doc came in, and he said, well, we figured out what's going on, which was better than the last 4 hospitals I'd been to.
Yes.
And they basically just said, you got kind of a choice. We've centralized where the problem is, and it's a bone infection in your leg. And I said, okay. And he said, we can keep pumping you full of the strongest antibiotics known to man
Yes.
for another week, which you've already been doing, and see what happens. Or we take your leg and you're guaranteed to wake up in the morning. And I said, so is it going to make me feel better if we do this?
Yes.
And he said, yes.
Okay.
That's the plan. I said,
Yes.
take it. I lived with it 30 years. I can live without it
And
for
it's
30.
all mind thing now.
Yeah.
Now we working with mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer of that.
I love it, man.
Your mind controls your body.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
mean, how many times have you been in basic or something and pushed to the point where you thought you were going to break? You kept going.
Right.
Kept going, man. See, let's say thank you one more time. Man, just being a survivor, that's the stuff I needed to hear to keep me pushing on, and I understand exactly what you're saying about pushing on. I had to push through basic training, the low crawl, live fire, under the barbed wire.
Oh, yeah.
I learned from the guys that did it the day before. They came home with bruised elbows and kneecaps bleeding.
Yep.
So I immediately went to the PX and got me some ace bandages,
Yeah.
wrapped up, put some cotton under there, put some cotton
Good
there,
move,
and
good
some
move.
knee pads, and went out there, yeah,
Nice.
pass through live fire, low crawl. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Oh man, well no, thank you for your service, man. Just that story is inspiring to our viewers and to other veterans who might want to get involved or who is involved but just don't have no direction, no outlet.
Yep.
I know there's a lot of them that just don't have the resources or even find out how to get resources in the different ways that cannabis can hear you and go. So do you use cannabis?
I do, actually. I use CBD products. Being we're only a CBD state right now.
Absolutely, right.
Well, you're in California right now. You can tell them the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Out here, I
That OG Kush, that
oh yeah, yeah.
Black Mamba.
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
that I feel actually clears my head.
Yes.
Whereas CBD actually take care of my body.
Absolutely. That's a big advocate of that.
With the Crohn's, I ended up they removed 28 inches of my large intestine.
Okay.
A quarter of my colon.
Okay.
And then I actually had 3 colostomy bags
Okay.
at one time.
One time.
At one time. And I had that, was supposed to be 6-month time period, ended up being 2 years. So when they actually got back to the point where they could maybe put it back together, they weren't sure what they had because the last hospital who did the actual taking out of it didn't keep really good records.
Yes.
So
Wow.
it ended up being a crapshoot when they went back in.
Right.
So they did. They hooked it all back up.
Yeah.
Everything got better.
Yeah.
No real issues. Well, being on that CBD,
Yeah.
I used to get really bad heartburn.
Yes.
I used to have inflammation all the time.
Talk about that all the time. Yeah.
That nerve pain, losing the limb, phantom pain,
Right.
taking the CBD for almost 1.5 years now, ish.
You orally?
It's all gone.
Oral?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oral?
The
Straight?
tincture.
Yep.
Do that for about 7 minutes on the
Yep.
tongue and
Yep.
twice a day.
Beautiful, man.
But yeah, I mean, granted, if I do have the phantom pain or whatever, it's temporary. It's a lot quicker than what it was.
My grandmother, rest in peace, heavy smoker, smoked Parliament cigarettes, heavy. And I noticed one day I was walking through the house. This was maybe 10 years ago, and it was longer than that. I noticed her big toe was dark. You feel that? No. Do it hurt? No. I said, this thing is dark. Something's wrong. Took her to the doctor, and her lower extremity veins were dissolving.
Oh.
So she wasn't getting blood to her lower extremities.
Yeah.
So we had to sign one affidavit to not hold the hospital liable for the amputation of the lower extremity from the knee down, right? So, yeah, do it. She's 80 years old. Well, she's 78 at the time. Do it, yeah. And then they call us back the same day of the surgery they were scheduled and say, we got to take the other leg too. What? Oh, this is a 70-year-old grandmother.
Right.
Yeah.
Do it. She's strong. She wound up doing it, and I remember we brought her home. And 2 years after the surgery, she's doing great. You know, she's in home. I hear her in the house, oh, what's wrong, mommy? My legs hurt, mommy. Not.
Yep.
It was that phantom pain. So I would call 911, and the doctor, oh, she's having phantom pain. She's in her leg. She don't have legs. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that phantom pain is real. Is that psychological, or is it? What is that?
It basically is. They've done there's a test in therapy, I guess they can do now, where they put a mirror between your leg and the other one. So when you look at it from that side, you see that second leg.
Okay.
Me, I know it's not there.
Right.
So I keep telling myself when it's not there, when it starts to.
Yeah. I
just tell myself it's not there.
Straight up. Yeah.
And it kind of goes away.
Yeah.
So sometimes it gets real bad, and you just grab the back of it where the nerve endings still are, and you rub the crap out of it, and it goes away.
Right.
So.
Go to church?
Used to.
You have a one-on-one relationship. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
One-on-one relationship.
I was raised Catholic.
Yeah. I was a foster child. She would take us to Baptist, but her kids went to Catholic school, St. Francis Cabrini in Los Angeles, and I loved it, man. But my older brother, foster brother, would get us in trouble all the time. I was like, how did she find out we did that?
Yep.
We went to confession.
Oh no.
And the priest would tell us to tell.
Yep. So I mean, I believe in God.
Yeah.
I believe in something.
Gotta be.
There's gotta be.
Your purpose is here.
That's right.
Come on now. I say it all the time. When I was in that dark world, and he was erasing the haze from my vision, and I was tired. And I said, I did everything on the left. Everything. Got it real quick. It didn't last. So I'm ready to do everything on the right. So take charge. Use me as a vessel. It's slow, but it's for sure. And I think that he gave me the vision to believe in him. So I want to commend you on that. But any parting words?
Man, just thanks for having us.
I appreciate it. How can we get in contact with you?
Yep. So you can, it's info
Yes.
at inhomeharvest.com. All right.
Info.
Or at InHomeHarvest on Instagram.
Great.
Right. So you go ahead and find us there. Of course, the website too, www.inhomeharvest.com.
Yeah.
Also want to throw a shout out to NUGL. We've been just thrilled to work with them,
Man,
and they got a great relationship with Weed for Warriors.
Yep,
and,
exactly.
They brought us in on it.
Yeah,
We're working with them to try and get more kits out to guys that they serve.
Yep.
And their chapters and get them free
I'm
or
here
low discount.
I'm here because of that.
Yep.
Once they told me, I'm like, man, they didn't know I was a veteran.
Yep.
Showed them my ID card, my medical card for the VA. Like, what? And they told me about you. I'm like, man, I'm in. Come on.
Yes, sir.
So I want to thank. I know you're not a public figure, but you are an advocate. How can we? You got an Instagram. You got your Instagram with your in-harvest thing. Let's step your CBD game up. Let's get on social media.
There you go.
Motivate another dishonorable veteran, brother.
Go.
Your
I got
stories
one.
are
You can-
impeccable.
I'm ashamed to admit I don't have an Instagram account.
Just a little tap. Just a little tap. A
You can go
little
ahead.
picture. Just a little post to get the point across to other veterans who need a resource, need an outlet. You know what I mean? Just, hey, man, you can hashtag veterans. that thing will come up. You can like their little things, shoot them your way. You need to teach him that game.
I'm working on it.
Get that phone app.
If you're gonna give me the gratuitous plug, I got at fighting, FIGHTIN, the number 4 vets, at fighting for vets.
All right.
I love it, man. I want to thank you guys for coming to NUGL TV.
Most definitely.
You're a
Right
round
on.
of
Thanks,
applause.
Al.
It was an honor and a pleasure. Another edition.
Touched my heart this episode. Shit.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
You bet.